Madara was baffled as to why Guy's chakra did not disappear and wonders what Naruto did, but Naruto leaps towards Madara and attempts to punch him, but lucky for Madara, he reforms his Shakujo to block the attack. He then realized that Naruto's power has increased, while Naruto asks Son Goku to lend him his chakra to create Yoton Rasen Shuriken. Madara moves to avoid the attack and tries to use Limbo Hengoku on Naruto, but it doesn't seem to work on him, and the Rasen Shuriken expands to slice the Shinju and severely injures Madara. After getting hit by the attack, Madara then hears a voice telling him to grab the tree and absorb it. Who does this voice belong to? We have no idea. Naruto uses this as an opportunity to retreat with Guy, leaving him in Gaara and Lee's care, and he assures both of them that Guy is not going to die. After agreeing to eventually have Sasuke with Gaara, he heads back to the battlefield. Meanwhile, Sakura thanks Obito in the Kamui dimension for saving Naruto's life, even though she considers him her enemy. However, Obito has a request to make for Sakura, but only as an enemy, not as an ally. Meanwhile, Sasuke frees Tobirama from the chakra rods, asking him if he is able to teleport. Tobirama tells him that he could only teleport one person, and Sasuke assures him that that will be enough and that he will be the one to go without his teammates. Now that Madara has absorbed the top half of the Shinju, he recovers from his injuries and declares that he was immortal and that he could not be defeated by Naruto. Naruto picks up one of Minato's tri-pronged kunai and places it in his mouth. Naruto declares that he won't be the one to defeat him, both he and Sasuke will. He then enters into a new version of his Kyuubi chakra mode, even also having his own Gurodamas himself. Sasuke appears in the battlefield, revealing that he has awakened the Rinnegan in one of his eyes. Madara notices Naruto and Sasuke's changes, but he's not worried because he too also possessed the power that both of them have. The chapter then ends with Madara declaring that this will be the last fight to determine which of them is the most powerful. This was a pretty good chapter. Not only did we get the setup for Madara versus Naruto and Sasuke, but also we got a quick taste on Naruto's new Rikudo power. It surprised me at first that he was able to add Yoton into his Futon Rasen Shuriken, but it does make sense since he has all 9 chakras from the 9 bijus. But this does confirm that Naruto is going to get even more variations of the Rasengan. As for his new Kyuubi chakra mode, it actually looks pretty cool. Even though I was a fan of Naruto's long jackets, this one actually does look a lot more efficient and a lot cooler. Not only that, but he also has his own Gurodamas, and he also has 2 chakra rods himself that he's going to use as weapons. As for Sasuke himself, I was a bit disappointed that his look hasn't been changed when the Rikudo Sennin gave him his power, but I did like the fact that he has his own Rinnegan eye, which many of you guys, by the way, said that he was going to have. However, this Rinnegan eye looks different compared to Madara's because it looks more like the Rinnegan eye that the Kyuubi possesses. So does this mean that he has the same Rinnegan techniques, or is he going to use a different kind of Rinnegan technique? As for what Obito's request is, that's going to be revealed in the next chapter. Also, the voice that told Madara to absorb the Shinju, not sure who that voice belongs to. The 2 possibilities I could think of was the Kyuubi or Kaguya. There have been rumors that eventually maybe Kaguya herself might make an appearance, but we don't know. I'm guessing that mystery won't be revealed until way later on. Now, despite this chapter being good, there was one problem I had with it, and that is the confirmation that Guy is not going to die. That was complete bullcrap. It has been confirmed that whoever unleashes all 8 chakra gates will die. That is a rule. That is a fact. We even went through flashbacks on Guy's backstory, learning about his father, showing how he became the person that he was now, and what led to his rivalry with Kakashi. We had a kick-ass battle between Madara and Guy being the very first person to severely injure Madara ever since he became the Kyuubi Jinchuriki. Even though he didn't defeat him, that was still quite an accomplishment. Hell, Madara even acknowledged Guy for almost killing him. Guy would have died like a true shinobi, and this would give an opportunity for characters like Lee and maybe Kakashi to get some character development. But no, all that build-up, all the flashbacks leading up to Guy's supposed death was completely wiped away thanks to Naruto. I mean, how is Guy's body supposed to recover? His body is basically like crumbling charcoal on the verge of breaking down into ashes. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna stop before this turns into a rant. So, aside from that, overall, this chapter was a pretty good one. The battle begins with Madara using a new sage art technique called Senpo Intonraiha, a jutsu used to unleash lightning streams out of Madara's hands. Naruto uses one of his chakra rods as a conductor to deflect the attack, while Sasuke didn't dodge the attack but evaded it somehow with his Rinnegan. I really have no idea. Naruto tries to hit Madara with the other chakra rod, but Madara uses his limbo technique to stop his attack. He then uses another senjutsu technique called Senpo Ranton Koga to slice Naruto's other chakra rod, while Sasuke throws his sword right between Naruto and Madara, intending to hit something. Naruto was sent flying back, sensing something was there but he couldn't see it. However, Sasuke could see it, and it turns out that it is another Madara. Apparently, the other Madara was a shadow of the original sent into the invisible world called Limbo. Intrigued over Sasuke's Rinnegan, he intends to take it for himself, but he gets stabbed by Sasuke's sword. Sasuke discovers that the Limbo Jutsu works for a fixed amount of time and uses this as an opportunity to tell Naruto to use Hagoromo's power for his next technique to bind Madara. Though reluctant at first to take orders from Sasuke, Naruto readies himself to attack once more. Meanwhile, Madara contemplated how similar he and Sasuke are, and also wonders if there was more to it than just familiar ties. He also regrets the fact that he could have used Sasuke had he had been born before Obito. Back with Naruto, Shukaku offers his chakra to trap Madara into a sealing jutsu, creating the technique Senpo Jinton Rasengan, while Sasuke activates a black Chidori. Both manage to land their attacks on Madara, beginning to seal his movements, but they were both fooled because Madara used his shadow as a substitution. Naruto tells Sasuke to go after Madara because he was heading straight to Kakashi, but it was too late as Madara rips out Kakashi's Sharingan from his eye socket and implants it into his own. Meanwhile, in the Kamui dimension, Obito's request for Sakura was to destroy the Rinnegan, as he could no longer suppress Black Zetsu. Back in the real world, Sasuke makes it and manages to slice Madara in half with a Chidori sword, but even though he was sliced in half, Madara was still able to use Kamui to teleport himself into the Kamui dimension. Trying to stop Sakura from destroying the Rinnegan, he throws a chakra rod at Sakura, and that is where the chapter ends. You know, for a chapter called Sasuke's Rinnegan, we still don't know what Sasuke's Rinnegan can do. He was able to evade the Sage Arts Yin release Lightning Dispatch, and he was able to move his sword even though it was in a different location to stab Madara. So maybe his Rinnegan ability is teleportation or something? Not sure. But we know that Sasuke is capable of seeing Madara's shadow with his Rinnegan eye. The Limbo technique being Madara's invisible shadow, I got no complaints over that. It's a pretty decent technique, although it kind of feels like that Limbo is an invisible shadow clone jutsu. With Naruto, I didn't like the fact that he interrupted what Sasuke had to say to him, saying that he didn't like to follow Sasuke's orders. There's nothing wrong with listening to your teammate on what he has to say, especially since he has a plan. Also, the moment when Naruto forgot Shukaku's name, that's understandable since he didn't interact with him a lot like the rest of the Bijus. But then again, the Rikudo Sennin did say that he was supposed to be the one to remember all the names of the 9 Bijus. Now, I got a confession to make. When Kakashi got his Sharingan eye stolen, I kinda laughed at the scene. I mean, don't get me wrong, I felt bad for Kakashi, but it just happened so fast. That's what made it so funny. It's just Madara pops in right behind him, steals his eye out of his eye socket, and puts it into his own eye socket. And you know what? At this point, it seems that eye transplants are the equivalent of changing hats. You can put one on so easily, and you can take it off and put on a new one. By the way, where the hell was Gaara and Lee? Were they too far away from Kakashi? Because if they were there, they might have been able to warn Kakashi about Madara approaching him, or, I don't know, try to stop him somehow. Although what kind of confused me is how the hell Madara is still alive even after getting cut in half, but I think that's because of him being the Kyuubi Jinchuriki. Now, I don't know how much time has passed from Naruto leaving the Kamui dimension to now, but when Sakura was about to destroy the Rinnegan eye, in one panel it looked like that she was shaking when she was holding the kunai near Obito's head. I'm really hoping that I'm wrong with this, but was Sakura hesitating to stab Obito in the eye? Because that's what it looked like to me. Still, it was a good chapter. The fight between Madara and Naruto and Sasuke went off to a pretty good start. I just wish we learned a little bit more on Sasuke's new Rinnegan eye. Reacting to Madara's unexpected attack, Obito uses Kamui to teleport Sakura away from the Kamui dimension to safety. While tending Kakashi, she informs him, Naruto, and Sasuke on Obito's request. In a flashback, Obito tells Sakura to destroy the Rinnegan eye because if Madara gets his hands on both his eyes, things will become truly terrifying. Sakura at first couldn't really believe it considering how things have gotten pretty bad, but Obito informs him that using only one eye takes up a lot of chakra. He even tells her that if he gets both his eyes back, no one would be able to stand up to him. Meanwhile, in the Kamui dimension, Madara has his hand through Obito's chest, and he's surprised that the seal around his heart has vanished. The seal was removed thanks to Kakashi when he pierced it in their previous battle, and it was interfering with Obito on becoming the Kyuubi Jinchuriki. The seal was called the Puppet Master Seal, which is designed to restrict or force certain actions on the targets in key situations, such as preventing them from taking their own lives and removing the cursed seal themselves. Striking directly at the heart seems to be the only way so far to remove the seal. But Obito wasn't the only one that had the Puppet Master Seal on his heart. There was one other person, and that happened to be Rin. It wasn't Kirigaku's plan to capture Rin, make her become the Sanbi Jinchuriki, and have her rampage and destroy Konoha. Madara was the true mastermind behind it all. He waited until Minato had left on a different mission, had the Kiri Shinobi kidnap Rin, leaving Kakashi alone. However, he did not plan Kakashi being the one to kill Rin, because he originally planned to have his puppet Shinobi kill her. But still, everything went according to plan. The reason why Madara orchestrated this plan was to make Obito fall into the darkness and become his pawn. He wanted to turn Obito from caring and compassionate to twisted into deep hatred. And now that Obito has served his purpose, Madara is going to retrieve his Rinnegan eye. Back in the real world, Naruto and his shadow clone managed to seal the Shadow Madara and has left that in the care of his shadow clone. When Naruto made it back to Sasuke, Sakura, and Kakashi, he places his sun-tattooed hand on Kakashi's face, and after he removed it, telling Kakashi to open his eye, Kakashi's snatched Sharingan eye was replaced by a normal one using Hagoromo's power. Oh my fucking god, this guy really is Jesus. How did he do it? Hell, he doesn't even know himself. While the three were bickering with each other, Kakashi gets a flashback back when Team 7 were making their introductions. From what he already knew about their goals, Kakashi already knew that Naruto surpassed the Hokage. And yet, even though he became a legend that everyone acknowledges, he still wants to be Hokage. With Sakura, Kakashi knew that she still had feelings for Sasuke. However, it's a different kind of feeling that she has. No matter what happens, she just can't throw Sasuke to the wayside because she still thinks that it's her duty to save Sasuke from the darkness. With Sasuke, Kakashi wonders what is Sasuke's dream now that Itachi is dead. Even though he asks Sasuke what is his dream now, even if he doesn't want to tell them what he really is thinking, that's okay with Kakashi because Madara is on his way. He informs the reunited Team 7 to remember the Bell test and the lesson he first taught them. Teamwork. When this chapter came out, I was conflicted on whether to review it or not because, to be honest, I didn't like it when I first read it. Some might argue that the flashback revealed that Sakura had plenty of time to destroy the Rinnegan eye, and she was hesitating in the previous chapter. As for me, I honestly don't know, but from Kakashi's analysis on her saying that she still has feelings for Sasuke, I'm gonna save that for the next chapter review. Speaking of Sasuke, does Kishimoto even know what Sasuke's purpose is now? I mean, we know that he doesn't want the world to fall into Madara's hands, but what about after all this happens? What is going to happen to him? I still don't know what's going on in Sasuke's head. Naruto's ability to regenerate missing body parts, honestly, that is just complete BS for me. I know he has the powers of the Rikudo Sennin now, but this is a bit too much. What makes this worse is that he doesn't even know how he did it. Also, Naruto just made Sakura look like some weak, low-level medical ninja, because now he can regenerate missing limbs, he can make the blind see again, and you know what this means? It means that the chances have gotten even higher that Neji will come back from the dead, and that will really piss me off. Now, the reveal that Obito was being used this whole time by Madara, it was pretty obvious, but it was still a good plot twist. This proves how much of a villain Madara really is, because he wanted to screw up the ninja world so bad, and he used Obito to do it. But I feel like his plan is a bit overcomplicated. I mean, how did he place the Puppet Master Seal on Rin? Probably Zetsu clones, or his puppet Kiri ninjas. Speaking of the Kiri ninjas, how were they being controlled by Madara? I'm assuming that the Zetsu clones did everything that Madara couldn't do since he had to stay underground. But what I don't understand is, how did the Kiri ninjas kidnap Rin? Was it inside the village? Was it outside the village? I don't know. Also, what made Madara think that Obito would be the perfect choice? There were plenty of Uchihas that still existed during that time. Why Obito of all people? I'm assuming he knew everything about him because Zetsu was spying on him, I guess. Also, I don't know if I should sympathize with Obito now that I've learned that he was being manipulated this whole time. He still knew what was right and wrong. Man, this is really turning into Star Wars right now. But despite the plan, Madara is a true villain, and I gotta give kudos for that. Plus, he's got his other Rinnegan eye back, so that means shit's about to go down. So now it seems that the old Team 7 are going to take on Madara together. But here's the thing. What the hell is Sakura going to do if she's fighting alongside with Naruto and Sasuke? She doesn't have the power of the Rikudo Sennin Naruto and Sasuke do. And honestly, Naruto and Sasuke seem to be the only ones capable of defeating Madara if they want to save the world. So overall, I think this chapter was decent, at least, and it's certainly not the worst chapter I've read. A really, really good chapter? No, not really. So that's basically it from Naruto chapter 673, 674, and 675. If you have any thoughts on these 3 chapters, you can let me know in the comments below. With that being said, I'm Winterspawn27, and I will see you guys later. Bye.